It took, I don't know how many years, but we finally got the first female Super Saiyan in the Dragon Ball franchise. And I ain't gonna lie, Caulifla right now is looking like best girl. Like, yo, this is a badass bitch. She's a boss chick. She's fucking just strong as hell, especially now in one episode in about, what, 5 minutes? 7 minutes at most, but let's go with 5 minutes. She went Super Saiyan. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Now, let's talk quickly, and let's be honest here. With Dragon Ball Super, it's thrown a lot of the things that felt previously established in Dragon Ball Z kind of out the window, because Caulifla going Super Saiyan quickly like that, you could argue with Goten and Trunks how they went Super Saiyan very young and very easily because of the genes, and the way Dragon Ball was structured is that, hey, Goku and Vegeta were super strong when they gave birth to, or, well, you know, when they conceived those children, shall I say, so they came out stronger than everybody else. But these Saiyans, they're kind of just like, hey, out of nowhere. Now you could argue, hey, it's Universe 6, it's a little bit different, so maybe that's why, because also the way it was explained felt a little bit different. I don't ever remember, and maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't remember ever them talking about some tingling sensation in your back being the way you go Super Saiyan. It was always just kind of like, you know, a burst of rage, so to speak, and kind of getting to that point. So it felt a little bit different. Again, you could argue they're from Universe 6, so they're not exactly identical to our Saiyans over here, so maybe it is a little bit different, but it was a little bit weird and very, very quick. I mean, you go back in the day, Goku had to experience Krillin's death to go Super Saiyan. Vegeta had to go through hell to go Super Saiyan, and I don't know if that was an anime-only flashback or whatever, where the meteor was coming at him, but, you know, Vegeta went through hell trying to go Super Saiyan. Gohan had to struggle as well in the hyperbolic time chamber, where Goten and Trunks had it easy. So I always thought Goten and Trunks, whatever, but it seems as though Dragon Ball Super, I mean, from Kaba to now Caulifla, and potentially Kale, well, if you've seen the preview, you know it's about to go down. Super Saiyans are, you know, not that big a deal like it used to be going Super Saiyan. It's pretty, I don't want to say easy, but it does seem pretty easy. Then again, you got to think, maybe the reason why people didn't go Super Saiyan that easily back in the day prior to the, you know, Goku and Vegeta era was they just didn't know how, and they always thought it was a myth. If you have a, you know, instruction manual, so to speak, like you got to do this, this, and this, and you can obtain it, maybe it's more easy. So that there's a possibility there. So one of my favorite moments, honestly, Caulifla, and then the setup for Kale and finding out a little bit more of the relationship. Oh, that's my protege. And Kaba's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, yo, Kaba, I ain't gonna lie, that was hilarious as well. Seeing him trying to get Caulifla pissed off. He's like calling her name and shit like that, and then he gets scared. Like, funny shit there, cool shit there. Was it really, really quick and felt like, damn, like, what the fuck? Yeah, but that's Dragon Ball Super. It is what it is. Beginning of the episode, Goku trying to wake up Majin Buu, and Mr. Satan pretty much trying everything. I'm a little bit mixed on it, again, and I've said this in many different videos, so I don't want to harp on it that much with this one. I really did want Majin Buu to be in it, and I knew that that skinny version of Majin Buu wasn't going to last that long. We've seen the previews and whatnot, but I'm still iffy on if he's going to be completely casted out the tournament. And again, I've said this multiple times, so I don't really want to dive into it, but the beginning is like, we kind of expected already. Majin Buu's down for the count. There's many different things you could do to really get him out of that. If it's 2 months, you figure 3 hours we have left, throw him in the hyperbolic time chamber. That should pretty much even out right there. In 3 hours, he'll be ready and whatnot. But, you know, logic not there, I guess, right? And then Mr. Satan, I ain't gonna lie, you gotta think for a second. Mr. Satan for a human is strong, but I think Roshi would, you know, body him, and even Krillin back in his old Dragon Ball days, I think would body Mr. Satan as well. So it was kind of funny to see him say, yeah, I'm gonna step up. It's like, bro, you ain't stepping up shit. Sit down and go rub Boo's balls so he can wake up, motherfucker. Seeing some of the other universes, like the Pride Troopers getting ready and the other universe, I was kind of like, not really that interested in that stuff. To be honest with you, with all these prep episodes, I'm more so like, yes, it's good seeing the other universes prepare, so it's not only focusing in on Universe 7, but preference-wise, I'm just kind of like, meh. Like the Pride Troopers, like, yo, no, you know, we gotta protect our universe and at the same time go to the Tournament of Power, and you got Topo there in the business suit looking like a G, but I'm just like, maybe it's because I've been wanting a Tournament of Power for how many months now? It's been teased, I want to say since late last year till now, and we still haven't gotten into the actual Tournament of Power. So maybe that's the reason why I'm just kind of like, I don't really care, and I'm more excited about what's going on with our cast, because at the very least with our cast, we know them, we love them. Topo was like, I want to see you in the ring, bro. I don't really give a fuck about you in the business suit. But again, maybe that's just me. And I was waiting for this moment. The moment that Son Goku looks like an absolute fucking liar, because he's been lying to so many people. He lied to 17, he lied to 18, he lied to Krillin, he lied to Tien, he's lied to a lot of people, and it's kind of fucked up. Like, honestly, Quinto Un Nimbus, I don't think that's gonna work for Goku right now, because he was lying. No matter if he was just telling a little fib, that's not pure heart to tell a lie. But then again, you could say that his heart was in the right place because he didn't want to scare his friends, so there's the argument there. But Goku did look like a big ass liar, and I ain't gonna lie, I was like, hype for a second. Krillin, yes, he's looking cool. And then he's like, oh, well, yeah, I am scared. I'm not joining. Fuck that shit. Beerus, like, hilarious moments. Like, this episode, it had a mixture of some really funny shit, but then at the same time, some cool stuff with the Caulifla, and Cabo scene or whatever. So, really cool shit. Of course, the end of the episode, that's where everybody was kind of like, oh, damn. Because Goku brought forth the idea, hey, let's bring Frieza in, which I think, again, a lot of people's frustrations with the whole Frieza situation, because whenever I do a live stream or I talk about this in general, there's a lot of people, which I was for the longest time like that as well. Fuck, man, we had Frieza already. We have Frost. We had enough of Frieza. Why the fuck are you bringing him back? I'm starting to warm up to the idea, especially the way this episode ended with the cliffhanger of Frieza in the cocoon and Goku saying, yeah, let's get Frieza and shit like that. Especially if I didn't know the spoilers, I think it would have blown my fucking mind even more, but also I probably would have still had some of the same frustration. The more we get into it, the cooler it is kind of sounding. It kind of seems as though there's potential there for Frieza to do something crazy, in a sense of like, he could either do some really fucked up shit and say, fuck it, I'm dead anyway, I'm gonna die regardless, so might as well take people out with me. So, like, bringing in Frieza, yeah, he has the might, but you can't trust him. Look what he did in Resurrection F, one of the most shadiest things you can do. He had one of his hitmen blast Goku off the set, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, why would you even, you know what I'm saying? You need the strength, but you just can't trust Frieza, period. Because even with the threat of Beerus obliterating him, he's already fucking dead. But then again, hold up. Because you know, in the Dragon Ball universe, if you're already dead and you die again, you completely get wiped out of existence. So maybe the threat of death, if Beerus threatens him kind of how he threatened Krillin, will actually work. I didn't think about that because Frieza, if they bring him back and he has the halo and everything like that, he's still dead and he gets killed, it's bye-bye Frieza for good. So maybe right there, that's the incentive for him really not to fuck up and try his hardest, because hey, I'm going to be completely wiped out of existence and there's no hope this time around for me returning. So that's going to be something interesting to say. As a whole, this episode, it had some highs and it had some lows. I mean, the Majin Buu stuff, again, it was kind of like a given. That's how last week's episode ended. So of course, this one was going to pick up from where it left off with Goku trying to wake up Buu. Personally, I think there's a couple of solutions there that they're just really ignoring. Like, hey, put him in the hyperbolic time chamber. Although, you know what? Also, it's not really a problem because Vegeta fucked up the hyperbolic time chamber, so even if they wanted to, I take that back. That's not even a problem, as a matter of fact, because Vegeta blew up the hyperbolic time chamber in this episode, so there you go with that. Like, yeah, Dragon Ball Super, it does have some of its problems. Like, honestly, as cool as it was and as hype as it was, Caulifla going Super Saiyan for the first time and Kaba showing her, it did go very, very quick, and it's kind of like, man, people used to struggle for this shit back in the day. How the fuck are people getting it like if it's a bargain sale? But then at the same time, there's the argument that they're Universe 6 Saiyans, and again, you have a manual this time around, unlike Saiyans prior to Goku and Vegeta that didn't know anything. These people do, so there's that argument as well. Kind of curious what you guys think about a lot of the things that went on in with this episode in particular. First of all, what do you think about Goku being found out to be a liar? Do you think as though, as far as to a certain degree, it affecting the Nimbus Cloud and his ability, and like kind of his heart has been tainted? Do you think since his heart was in the right place to begin with to protect his friends from having to worry and, you know, scrambling and shit like that, that the lie was not really that bad of a lie because, again, he was trying to protect his friends to begin with? Also, what do you think about Boo not waking up and being fat again? It's kind of like a little bit disappointing there. What did you think about the Saiyans, the female Saiyan in particular, going Super Saiyan and how quick it went and how strong she was, and the new thing that was introduced in this episode of apparently your tingling sensation in your back? I can imagine motherfuckers after this episode like, ooh, I got the tingling sensation, I'm going Super Saiyan. How did you feel about that? I'm really looking forward to next week, the protege to Caulifla, Kale, trying to go Super Saiyan. That's going to be an interesting thing to see as well. And your overall thoughts of the episode. What do you think about this whole Frieza situation? Yay, nay, we've talked about it a lot already, but it's finally here. Next week's episode, Goku's going to see Frieza, And I'm really curious to see what Frieza has to say and what his demands will be. And do you think there's a possibility Frieza will 100% play along if they bring him back dead and the threat is you're going to be completely wiped out this time around? Or maybe that's good enough for him because he's going to be like, yo, I don't want to be in a cocoon forever. Fuck it. Wipe me out completely. Why not? Hey, overall thoughts of this week's episode of Dragon Ball Super. Honestly, really dope episode. Didn't really care for some of the other universes setting up and shit like that because it just wasn't really all that interesting, but still very solid. And yet again, I want to say a good 7.5 to an 8 for this episode. The setups and that reveal at the end, that cliffhanger of Goku going to get Frieza. It's like, buckle up, baby, because this Tournament of Power is going to be insane. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.